Hey guys, what's up? It's HD Water here, back with another video. And today we are talking about something that isn't really common on my channel, and this is The Walking Dead. Okay, we are going to overview the 7th season and the first episode of that season today. And I really want to talk about this with you guys because this was such an amazing episode. Like if I should rate it, it should be a 9.5. And I just want to talk about this particular episode. I don't know if I'm going to talk about more episodes, but I really wanted to talk to you about this because I'm such a Walking Dead fan. And enough with the fanboying. There are going to be spoilers in this video, so if you haven't watched it yet, watch the video, watch the first episode, then come back to this video and you will know exactly what I'm talking about. So let's dive right in. So in the beginning we only have Negan, and we see him from a down-up perspective, like a bottom-up perspective. And what we should see here is that Negan is so much above Rick at this point, and we know it, but Rick doesn't know it yet. Like if we should rate Rick to other characters, it should be like the governor's group equals Rick's group. So when we still were, I believe it was season 4, when we still were in the 4th season, the governor's group was equal to Rick's group. So they were kind of even when they went versus each other. But at this point, Rick's group is so much below Negan's group and Negan himself. Negan just knows this. He knows that Rick's group cannot fight him. They can't do anything against him. He just has an army of his soldiers. They're just, it's like 1% against 100%. You know what I mean? Also, we see the dead body, and we still don't know who's dead. Okay, the van. This is a very important scene, and we see Rick being dragged to the van, and we also see that Rick has some kind of axe handed to him on the table, and Negan says, "Hey, grab this axe." And what does this mean? Okay, so eventually Rick grabs the axe, and what does this mean? This doesn't mean that he just wants to kill him, but it also means that Negan issues a command and Rick takes the command and actually obeys it. Or he already is sort of obeying Negan, but in his own mind he's being like, hey, I can kill this guy with this axe right now. Okay? But this is going to be very important because I'm sure a lot of people miss this, but here you also see Negan's superiority. Like, he's a god. Like, Rick gets an axe. Okay, and what does Negan get? Negan gets a full-fledged machine gun. Okay, so you have like 10,000 years of difference here. Like Rick gets an axe, and Negan gets a machine gun. Okay, if you put that against each other, like who's stronger here? Like if you go back to the first sheet, like Rick is way below Negan, and this is shown with the machine gun and the axe. And Negan treats Rick like a dog. Like, he throws the axe away and he says, "Hey Rick, fetch my axe." And he pushes him out like he's some kind of aggressive dog or whatever, you know. I'm saying a lot you know and like, but I'm really excited to talk about this. Okay, let's move on. I'm probably going to miss a couple of points, but I'm just being summarizing here. The killing. Okay, so we still have no clue who died, and I'm sure that I and a lot of you also thought that it was just one guy that got killed. That it was like just one of the group being killed, but it wasn't. It was 2 of the group being killed. Glenn and Ginger Man. And in this moment you can still see the resistance by the dog. I named him still the dog because Rick is being treated like a dog right now, but you can still see the resistance in Rick's eyes. He's getting more broken, but he's still like, this can't happen. I am in charge. Okay. And we also see Rick being, and this was, I feel this was just so incredibly wrong. Like, it was Rick's ego coming up. It wasn't in any, how do you say it, importance of to the group that he said it, but he said, I'm going to kill you, not today, not tomorrow, but I'm going to. He just killed one of your group, man. And how did he do it? He did it with a bat with a lot of barbed wire on it. Like, dude, this is just your ego speaking. You should just shut up, because nothing good can come of it. Also, Daryl standing up, giving Negan a shot with his fist. On one point I can understand him, but on the other point, that Negan is a man of his word. He does what he says he's going to do, and he kills Glenn, and he basically tortures. I'm Dutch, guys, don't hate me. He basically tortures Glenn and Maggie, because Glenn is just so wrecked. His eyes popping out, his head's bleeding all over, and he still is able to say, hey, I will find you, to Maggie. This is not just a scene between two groups. It's a scene between three groups. Okay, we have the Negan group, we have the group of Rick, but we also have the viewer group, and this is a scene that really grabs the viewers. Like, in this scene, we know that Negan is so much of a bad guy, and we all hate this guy. And and part of it is because Negan can just be your neighbor. You know what I mean? Like, he can live right next to you now, but when a zombie apocalypse comes, he changes into some kind of psychopath. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at this picture, this is just a resemblance of him in the Walking Dead videos. Okay? Like, he's just doing it like it's, just normal to bash people's faces in with barbed wire on a stick, So yeah, 2 people dead. I think not a lot of people expected that, but then again, it has a surprise element. Yeah? Like, you didn't know what was going to happen. And here we have the breaking when Rick and Negan return. Okay, Rick is still not broken. Like, he's been through this night. Like, man, everyone would break, but Rick has been in charge for such an incredibly long time that he still is not broken, but he is on the edge. And when Negan grabs Carl, he's still not broken. He's really on the edge right now. Like, just a little hair would push him off, but he's still not broken. And when Negan puts a pen on Carl's arm and starts drawing and saying, "Hey, I'm not going to do this. You are going to do it." Then that's when he breaks. Okay, that's just when he breaks. He can't do it. He just can't do it. And here we see how important Carl is going to be in the future episodes. He makes the decision. He's like, "Hey, Dad, just do it. It's okay." Like, it's nothing, It's his freaking arm. Like, he's like so determined to save the group. Okay. So this whole entire episode, let's talk about this for a couple of seconds. This whole entire episode, we saw Rick boosting his ego because he was the boss. Okay, but he can't be the boss anymore. And here we have Carl, a young boy, who's more determined to save the group than his father, basically. Think about that for a minute, because that's what happened. Carl is thinking for the group, while Rick was thinking for himself the whole time. Alright, what is the future? Like, the future, we see Daryl being dragged away, being held hostage for Rick's group, because we know that it's some kind of, ransom, some threat that if you oppose us, if you fight us, Daryl will die. Okay? Alright, what is the future going to bring? I think that for a long time Negan is going to be in charge, and eventually the Hilltop, Alexandria, and maybe another group. I saw some kind of other group in the trailers. Maybe that is a good group that will be part of more to come. Like they will join Alexandria and Hilltop to fight Negan somehow. I think that's what's going to happen. But right now, Negan is some kind of god. He's just so untouchable, and I think we all need to consider this, because Rick is not in charge anymore. Rick is not going to be the big boss anymore. Negan is way ahead of him. Okay, and maybe Negan's going to be this for a couple of seasons. That we don't know this. Like maybe we see Negan now and for a couple of episodes, and he will come back from time to time. But maybe he's like, you know, when you're playing a game, you have like sub bosses, and I think that there are going to be a lot of sub bosses, and eventually Negan is going to be the end boss. Like he's just one of the. I think there are going to be more end bosses, but he's like the ultimate boss you have to defeat. You know what I mean? So I've been talking at a low volume right now with a weird voice, but I still want to thank you for sticking with me for so long, because I've been rambling a lot. I've just been giving you my thoughts, and I really want to know what you guys think about this episode. Like, what is going to come? How did you experience this episode? Who did you think would die? I would have expected Glenn to die, really. I wouldn't have expected Ginger Guy to die, but you know, it's what happened, and it's the surprise element. So I'm still saying my thoughts, and yeah, thank you for sticking with me. This has been my thoughts, and I really want to know what you guys' thought were about this episode while watching it. Were you surprised by two people dying? Were you surprised by any other thing? Or what did you think of this review? And please put it in the comment section down below. I will read everything and I will try to reply to it. I don't know if I'm going to be making more videos like this. But if there's enough attention to it, if there are a lot of people commenting in the comment section down below that they want to see more of these kind of videos, then you know, just put it in the comment section down below and I will read it. I will read it all. I will try to reply to you all. And I was just rambling this episode, so I know it took a little long, about 30 minutes. But thank you for sticking with me. I will see you in the next episode. New SCP video coming soon in celebration of Halloween. So thank you so much for watching for the 5th time. See you in the next video.